Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Adib Aidil bin Muhammad Faizal. My matrix number is 1200754. So I'm from group 4 and today we will present the report on video repo. The title of documentary is Luxury Behind the Mirror of High-End Fashion. So this is my group member. They have seven of them, including me. Okay, so I will go through about introduction. Okay, in this documentary, that named by the DW documentary as Luxury Behind the Mirror of High-End Fashion, which is they told to us about the high-end fashion such as Dior, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and so on. They record this documentary in France, Italy, and China. And one of the supplier place is in a small town called Alps. And in France, they have a fashion week, which is they show all the new design of fashion and accessory with price start from $1,350. Uh, so in this documentary too, they show us the further or the ladder for high-end fashion made is not luxury price from not luxury price, but and how they show us about how they are processed in the factory.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Megat Muhammad Irfan Muhammad Nur. My matric number is 1200778. So, I would like to share you guys about the summary behind the mirror of high-end fashion. So, it starts with the Tanning Factory investigation by the investigator YouTube channel DW Documentary. So the first factory was investigated by the investigator was thermoplug factory, because many luxury goods use leather from that factory. This factory is in Italy at Santa Croce Salerno. The manager of this factory is Alfonso Guerra, and this factory activity is drying animal skin such as cowhide. And this factory working for luxury brand such as Zabri and Kenzo. Who is Alfonso Guerra? Alfonso Guerra is the manager of thermoplug factory. Sometimes he disable the safety mechanism in the machine to increase productivity. So because of that, the workers who lost 3 knuckles because of he disable the safety mechanism.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I continue with next iconic luxury material. Fur is another iconic luxury material after leather. China is the world top fur producer, especially in Dalian. Dalian is the small town and home to 100,000 residents and 10,000 businesses, all linked to fur. 10,000 animal skin, all different shape and size, lays on the street and offered the ridiculously low price. They are only 25 yuan per animal skin, just over $3 per animal skin. To meet the insane demand, 7 million animals are killed for their fur every year in China, and animal welfare is not top priority in China. Animals are not protected because there is not law to control farming and livestock and trade. There are organizations like the NGO fighting against animal suffering in China, but because no law, they don't have an official spokesperson. a rabbit breeding farm, multiple rabbits are often crammed together into one tiny cage. There are no hygiene laws for farm owners. The animals are kept under catastrophic hygienic conditions and in aberrant environments. Some of the rabbits show signs of breathing problems, others have behavior issues like tumors, deformities, and for those rabbits, this time for the luxury life could not get much worse. Is this luxury brand aware of conditions in which these rabbits are forced to live and die, and the same rabbit used to make their first coat?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amir Shahiman bin Azam Effendi, and I would like to talk about some of the problems and issues that we found in the video about a factory that related to uh, the basic function of management, the management skills, the classical perspective, and also the humanistic perspective. Uh, in the video, we analyzed that the three basic function management, which is planning, leading, and controlling, seem to be neglected by the managers, and the workers' needs were not satisfied. Okay, these are all the key functions of management that was neglected by the manager, and these are all the issues related to the key functions. In terms of planning, we found that one of the workers that worked in the factory said that he worked 13 hours a day, which is wrong, because regular worker only work for 8 hours only. And in terms of leading, one of the workers had to bulk his own safety equipment, which is against the workers' right, because the one who should buy all the safety equipment is the manager, not the workers. And also in terms of controlling, the manager turned off the safety mechanism on the machines to increase the production, which is wrong, because it cause a lot of accidents and put the workers around the machines in dangerous situations. In terms of management skills, the manager in this factory did not use human skills, because the manager do not listen to all his worker problems and find the best way to solve it. And also the manager ignored the workers' concern about their own safety and do not care about their needs, which is against the workers' right. And do not and the managers should not do all these kind of things. Okay. In the terms of classical perspective, the factory only focuses on their productions more than managing workers' needs and welfare. Due to lack of attention on humanity perspective towards worker, one accident has occurred in this factory. This is the accidents that I just mentioned just now, where one of the workers' fingers got amputated, and there is no rightful decisions made by the manager. He ignored his injured workers. And number three, next, based on characteristic of scientific management, the management of factory did not appreciate the social context of work and high needs of workers, did not acknowledge variance among individuals, and also tended to regard worker as uninformed and ignore their additional suggestions, which is should be by all the managers in this world. And finally, in terms of humanistic perspective, the manager did not practice human relations movement, because in the from the documentary, we see that some of the workers got treated badly by the manager, as the worker did not get paid for months, even though they have rights to get paid. The workers wait in a long time to get the to get the wages money, but they don't get it. But they get attacked by the manager's family, which is some terrible things happened to them. And C, although it was a legit crime, there was no accusations or criminal charges against the manager and people behind him. Uh, these are all the some problems and the issues that we found happens in the factory that ignore all the workers' needs, ignore all the social context, ignore the workers' right, which is a bad thing happen. Should which is all managers around the world should avoid it.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I want to talk about the relation, what the documentary relate to the what management method. First, this documentary relate to the environment part, that the task environment. The task environment include that those sector that have a direct working relationship with the organization among the customers, supplier and labor market. Based on this commentary, that we can see the method task environment in that company. First, the customers. Customers is the people and organization in environment that accrue good or good service from the organization or customer. We can see that the target group for this kind of industry, they are literally to the people the luxurious lifestyle, because the high demand of this product of the industry, making that the price too expensive. We can see the such well-known brand, that's the Gucci, Louis Vuitton and more than that. You can see that have a expensive price to get it. Okay, we can after that we go through to the supplier. Supplier is provide the raw material that organization use to produce output. We can see the famous brand from Italy, Esmara, take a supply further industry from China. Okay, supplier. China also have a place that produce further in dyeing, with 10% resident are worker for the industry. So we can see China is the one country that supply the further that supply many further in the world. After that, the labor market. The labor market is represent people in the environment who can be hired to work for the organization. They also, we can see they also hire 100 of unskilled worker from Nigeria. Okay, the factory from China also hire the labor from his resident that from the dyeing. We can see the 10% of resident in dyeing work as in the further industry. That's we can see how big that further industry in China.
Lesson from the documentary.
From documentary with a length of almost 43 minutes, surely there are many lessons that we can adapt from the documentary. There are a few lessons from the documentary. The first lesson from the documentary is being the ethical manager. Ethical manager display honesty and integrity, act in a way that communicate and enforce ethical standards, are fair in their decision and distribution of reward, and show kindness and concern for others. For example, Thermoplast company, which is managed by Alfonso Guerra, claimed that he bought equipment for his worker, but he lied. As a leader or boss, he should display honesty and integrity. For the second example, Alfonso Guerra should take a full responsibility of his worker that injured while working, and he should admit that his worker injured by the machine because of he did not provide safety tool, not because of their carelessness. The second lesson is help employee with pleasure and career development. The good manager should guide employee to work better, not forcing employee to work overtime and not do some abuse or threat the employee. Such example, in Thermoplast company, the factory manager hide his mistake and the manager and his son beat the violent the workers who demand pay for their salaries. Then the employee in Thermoplast company forced to work overtime in a long time. They are working 13 hours per day. As manager, they should take care of their worker and motivate them to be a good manager. The third lesson is obey the law. The good manager should follow the standard operation procedure of company in order to take care of worker safety and should not lie about it. For example, Thermoplast company did not provide of the safety equipment to the employee. The fourth lesson from the documentary is animal welfare. Animal welfare refers to the state of the animal. The treatment that an animal receives is covered by other terms such as animal care, animal husbandry, and humane treatment. Protecting an animal welfare means providing for its physical and mental needs. As example, Mara did not take care of their supplier. Mr. Lee factory, which is an animal welfare, was ignored. Rabbit fur used for fashion and luxury life. The farm of the rabbit did not following hygiene law. Some of the rabbits show breathing problem, behavioral issue, and tumor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afi Ikram bin Muhammad Ali, matrix number 1200752. So now I will present the conclusion from our documentary video. Based on the video that assigned to us titled, which is Luxury Behind the Mirror of Height and Fashion, there were many inputs that we can get. The video that we got almost 43 minutes and filled with an unexpected incidents and cases from the investigation about leather making in the factory visited. The video was definitely opened up our eyes and the 2 million viewers on YouTube about behind the scene of leather making. First, in Italy, we can see that the migrants worker produced the leather for luxury handbags were under miserable and unsafe working. Second, in China, we can know behind the scenes of fur animal industry that the animals were kept under catastrophic hygienic conditions before being cruelly slaughtered for fur making. For lastly, from our group, we hope that the law will be tightened to the leather and fur factories after this to look after the welfare of various parties. Then all living will get a better life and fulfill the needs of community.